Okay, what if I told you there was a show with a premise so stupid it makes the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles seem scientifically accurate? You would say, okay, I can see that. There's been stranger cartoons than that. But what if I said it was actually, in my opinion, better than any of the Turtle series? I'm talking about the Extreme Dinosaurs. And that's not just because of my love for dinosaurs, but because I think this was a really well written show. First, a little history. For a short time during the 90s, toy company Mattel had a toy line named Dino-Vengers. And since Hasbro had had great success turning their toys into cartoons, they wanted to do the same for Dino-Vengers. But Marvel threatened to sue Mattel since Dino-Vengers sounds too similar to the Avengers. Yeah, 'cause anybody could confuse this for this. I actually think this change came pretty late in productions because in one of the early episodes, one of the dinosaurs say, "We will avenge our fallen dinosaur brothers." And another one says, "Yeah, we are the Extreme Dinosaurs." Wouldn't Dino Veneer sound much better in that line, you know? Whatever, they changed the name to Extreme Dinosaurs. Okay, so what's the story? A mad scientist from another planet named Sardoc comes to prehistoric Earth in order to mutate dinosaurs to use in his army. And yes, I will give you a minute for that to sink in. Okay, are you done? He mutates 4 dinosaurs, a T-Rex, a Pteranodon, a Triceratops, and a Stegosaur into something more marketable, but finds out they have too much free will and don't want to fight, so Sardoc mutates a trio of raptors that is far more violent. The raptors accidentally cause the extinction of the dinosaurs, but the mutated dinosaurs survive by getting cryogenically frozen and wakes up in our time. It's about as stupid as the Avatar or Captain America surviving decades frozen in ice. Although the alien in the thing made it look very realistic. The show from here on is the Extreme Dinosaurs trying to stop the raptors that wants to create global warming. Ha! I know it! It wasn't my SUV that was the cause. It was mutated dinosaurs all along. With that said, you will be surprised how smart the writing in this show is. It's not deep or complex, but the writers know how stupid the story is and uses it to full advantage. For example, guess how these extreme dinosaurs hide their secret identities. Simple. The entire concept of mutated dinosaurs in our days is so ridiculous that whenever people capture them on film or see them fighting in the open, they believe that it's terrorists dressed as dinosaurs because that's more believable than the actual truth. Now, let's talk about the characters. Some people might think they were all just TMNT copies, but personally I think the characters were just inspired by the turtles. Okay, T-Bone, the T-Rex, is the leader of the group. He is a born leader and a fighter that usually don't joke around with the others in between the fighting. He is most at home on the battlefield. Also, he doesn't take shit from nobody. There was in this one episode where the raptors put him in this machine that would brainwash him, and they wanted him to say that raptors rule and the T-Rex is lower than swamp algae. And T-Bone said, "Raptors rule and T-Rex is the king of the dinosaurs." Then he broke free and kicked their asses. T-Bone was also a good role model, a bit like Tony the Tiger, that taught people good lessons without being all corny. Like all dinosaurs in the show, T-Bone had a special power. he could make earthquakes by stomping the ground. He was voiced by Scott McNeil, that most of you know as the voice of Dinobot in Beast Wars. Next is Spike, that is a Triceratops that loves fighting more than any of the others, but is also interested in cooking and gardening. The Joker in the group is Bullseye, a Pteranodon. He is always making jokes and is somewhat of a shopaholic. If he sees some interesting ad on the TV, he just got to buy the product. He is also a big film fanatic. He likes to watch old Jackie Chan movies and so on. He and Spike were for the most part the ones making the jokes in the show. Bullseye's special weapon was this supersonic scream. One of my favorite characters in the show was Steggs, that was the scientist in the group. Even if he was a bit of a geek, he was a real powerhouse when it came to fighting. Also, he was kind of smug about his intelligence, which led to a lot of funny moments. One time he uncovered that what scientists believed was a natural phenomenon was actually the raptors doing, and the others was like, "So you mean that all those scientists out there is wrong and only you are right?" And he said, "Well, they're only human." Later they added another dinosaur to the team that would become one of my favorite characters, Hard Rock, a powerful ankylosaur from another dimension where dinosaurs, raptors, and aliens live in perfect harmony. Because of this, Hard Rock is a peaceful pacifist, but when it's time to fight, he is just as capable as any of the other dinosaurs. He is also a very intelligent strategist. For me, this was a character the show needed, a hero with a different point of view than the others. The team, the Extreme Dinosaurs, does not only consist of dinosaurs. Shedra is an intergalactic police officer of the same species as Zardoc. She is obsessed with rules and protocols, which the Extreme Dinosaurs of course ignores in a comedic fashion. Shedra could have been just a comedic foil, but the writers actually made her not only useful, but also very likable. She is the dinosaurs' answer to Oracle in Batman, helping in the background by gathering information and building weapons. Also, she is the closest thing the dinosaurs has to a mother. It was later revealed that Shedra could have gone to her home planet any time she wanted, but she decided to stay on Earth because she had bonded with the dinosaurs. Now we come to the villains, the raptors, and you guessed it, they are the funniest part of the show, as usual. The leader of the raptors is Bad Rap. Skeletor, Megatron, Bad Rap. He is one of those great cartoon villains. What makes Bad Rap just so freaking enjoyable is that he dishes out more insults to his teammates than Blackadder. He constantly calls the other raptors for Jurassic morons or trilobite brains or fossil brains, just any insult he could come up with to describe their constant incompetence. He's such a freaking asshole, and he's just really, really funny. Then there is his henchmen, Spitter and Hax. Here is where things get a bit weird. Usually henchmen are the least developed characters in the show, but here it's actually the opposite, as Spitter and Hax is not really that evil as much as they are misled. While Bad Rap wants to change the world to rule it, I never got that with Spitter or Hax. They just seem to want their home back. Okay, let's look at them individually. Spitter is the Raptor's scientist, with a special tank on his back from which he can squirt different kind of liquids like acid or other chemicals. Uh, he has invented several useful weapons for Bad Rap, including an army of robot raptors. Sadly, he is a real wimp out on the battlefield. I think the best episode for Spitter is the episode called Jurassic Art, in where he becomes an artist and lives his life of crime, until Bad Rap ruins it by putting poison in the paint. Fucking asshole. Hax is the dumbest of the raptors and is often used as a guinea pig in Spitter's experiments. His weapons are these blades that eject from his hands, but since this is a children cartoon, he could obviously not use them to cut anybody, but instead he cuts trees that he hopes will fall on his enemies. Or maybe he is so freaking stupid that he doesn't know how to use them. Yeah, that's it. He is so stupid that he is child safe. Still, Hax is not evil like his boss. He wants Sardock to be more like a father to him than, say, a dictator. And once the raptors found a raptor egg, he was excited to have a baby brother. All Hax wants is a family, and he thinks the raptors can give it to him. Personally, I would have liked this series to have ended with Hax and Spitter turning on Bad Rap and going with the extreme dinosaurs instead. The only problem I have with these villains, though, is that there are so few of them, and I wish there were some more, as to even the odds. The human characters in this show is not quite as interesting, and some of them are really, really annoying. For a show that obviously was about having fun, it actually had some serious themes and smart messages. Like, remember that raptor egg they found? The extreme dinosaurs got a hold on it, and they decided to raise it, since, as Steggs put it, all creatures' behavior is decided by their upbringing. The series showed time and time again that raptors are not born evil, and that probably no one is born evil. That egg, by the way, turned out to be an ostrich that would become the dinosaur's pet. The extreme dinosaurs defend our world because their world was destroyed, and they don't want us to go through the same thing. As said, this was never meant to be a serious cartoon. It was simply meant to be a fun adventure series. And to sell a buttload of toys, but that's not the point. It's a great show. If you haven't seen it yet, you definitely should.